Hello and welcome. So everyone is speaking about Diablo 4 and Garney and Animus are already playing with the beta, but I'm on Mac Silicon and I don't really install Windows, so I don't know, I'll review the competition I guess. Also, I never really played Path of Exile and it's been interesting so far. I'll go through a couple of, let's say, peculiarities of this game that really sets it apart from Diablo. Not necessarily in a good way, but we'll get there. So first thing first, these are a couple of pointers that I would have liked to know very clearly at the beginning of the game, and it is you drop your skills or you buy your skills. You don't really. The skill tree is only like a passive buff skill tree. You don't really have any active ability in the skill tree. So this is it took me some time to actually realize it. And since your skills are inside these gems, then the equipment, like a newer equipment or a stronger equipment, which has the wrong type of sockets, it's worse than an old equipment with the right type of sockets. Again, this took me some time to figure out. I would have liked a very big disclaimer at the beginning or of something very clear, which explains this strange configuration, which is fine. The mechanics itself, it's fine. Uh, it's just it's not really explained very well, and it's a bit confusing. Whereas Blizzard games usually are very clear. They make sure everything is streamlined and somehow easy to understand, which is a plus for me usually. Uh, but again, I think this is different, and it's considered the most complex game of the type. So let's go into it. So after playing Diablo for a very long time, I can tell a couple of things. For sure, I wanted mobility. So after I understood that my skills, I can buy any skill I want, the first skills I bought were those about mobility. So if we go
Hello.
here, let's say dashing around or jumping around. Actually, this is not a mobility skill, or maybe teleport around. So basically there are two teleports. Yes, frost blink and lightning warp, two dashes and one jump. So you have these 5 mobility skills, and you want to use at least 2 of them, so you are always like around jumping. Which basically forces you to play. I'm a paladin, so it forces me to play the lip slam, which only works in axe, mace, scepter, sword, or staff. So I have to use scepters. I'm not sure the other classes how they go around with this. And then I also have dash somewhere. Yeah, somewhere, dash. So I can alternate the both, and I am always a super high mobility, which is like the basics for playing this type of games. And the other thing I knew from Diablo is that I want a very high focus. So it's like, if I want to go strength, I really have to go all in strength. If I want to do magic stuff, I have to go all in intelligence. And I think this helped me in the beginning choosing some of the passive skills, because if you're a new player and you just click here and you zoom out and you see this, you say, whoa, what? The choice is infinite. What's all of this? But actually, I have to say that if you know you want to go for the magic route, you look for these like highways with intelligence, and that probably makes sense to follow one of those. If you want to go strength, you follow these other roads here. So I think it's at the beginning it's very confusing, but if you have some experience with this type of game, I think it makes sense after a while. And probably you also have to look to some guides just to confirm that your intuition is correct, which is what I did. I just took the first route here, Then I got very confused by the equipment, so I googled for a guide, so I understood how equipments and ability works. And then basically it was confirming that if I want to cast spells, I have to go to intelligence, of course. Yeah, I think this is the basic basic pointers I would have liked to know at the beginning of the game. Before going into the playthrough, I want to show something that from the user experience point of view is not super intuitive. So again, the most important part of your object are the sockets. So for instance, I want a blue socket. So there's this small search bar where I can write B minus B, and it highlights the items that I may want to buy. So like this search function should be on top and should be like super big, because again, otherwise it's all very confusing. That's too much information and doesn't really help me. So I think this is a strange user interface choice. Another strange user interface choice, I guess probably the economy. It's not even clear to me. There is no gold. They want scroll of wisdom or portal scrolls or other type of items. It's like a barter economy, which it's a strange choice. I don't know. It's not really clear to me how it works exactly.
God hasn't abandoned us.
Well, other than that, I just finished Act 2, so I'm at the very beginning of Act 3. And the play style I want to have is, again, dashing around, jumping around, so that I don't have to walk, and then lay down some damage skills of some sort.
I must have time to gather.
Let's look for a mini boss. This is not really a boss. Ah, yes, this is a boss. Another thing that I don't really understand is I've read there are some filters, and basically it doesn't make sense to collect all the items, because again there's a very strange economy. So I don't know, I'm not using filters, but I'll have to look into how they work. Ah, this is a boss. Oh. Ancient graffiti. What?
Mortality is the mother of life.
Understand that is the to the sun. Ah, yeah. Okay, so anyway, this was the playstyle I want to have. So jumping around and laying down some explosive stuff.